Okay, I have some dolls to dress. I'm going to start with a clothing item, actually. Queen of Squids shared some of her lovely doll crochet, and some of it was pale yellow, which not a strong color in my doll clothing assortment, so I was having problems finding things to coordinate with it. So when I was dyeing some stuff yesterday, I kind of impulsively threw it into the pot of dye, and now it is bright pink. So I want to get this on a doll, and I've chosen this Pretty in Plaid Barbie head that I got in the box from Hello Doll Stuff on an older articulated fashionista's body. And I think that she will look good in it because her lipstick and earrings are bright pink. I just have no idea what else she's going to wear with it. That's what this video is for, right? Right. Actually, I'm not sure the best way to get this onto a doll. I have pulled it up over hips before, and that always seems like it is straining it a bit much. So since this doll has a ponytail, I'm going to take it down over the head. And even though Pretty in Plaid Barbie's hair was originally in a ponytail when Mattel made her, the ponytails of the Pretty in Plaid dolls were just put up, they weren't styled. So I put it up and took the time to run some hot water over it so it falls nicely. I also took the time to touch up her eyes because every Pretty in Plaid Barbie I've had has had eyes that were evidence of the budget nature of the doll. So I did just a little bit of touch up in the top of her eyes, and she's much more focused now. And this is very cute, but she needs more. The child fidgets with doorknobs, if you even heard that at all. Although, in retrospect, I wonder if I should have put another shirt under this. Which, since I've got the neckline over the hips, I think I can wiggle things around and get another shirt under that. I don't know, should we go with purple? I was initially thinking pale pink, since I have, I believe, some pale pink Barbie swimsuits that I've used for layering pieces a lot. I know I have one with a hole in it that it makes it perfect for layering. I have this wrestling gold sparkly. But I think the one I'm thinking of with the hole in it is actually on a doll right now because it is very useful. Do have an idea for something that another doll that I might not even get might not even get to in this video might wear. Let me get that piece up and find it easily again. Alright, so do I want to just put a tank top under? I don't think I want to do a pattern or do the pink like those originally thinking. I'm going to do the purple since she has very bright and bold makeup. So I should be able to do this without taking it off of her completely again. fingers snagging everything everywhere. Feeling too lazy to dig out the socks that I keep for putting non-detachable hands through knits and crochets without finger issues. Alright, so there's that. So does she need to have a skirt or pants, or I'm not sure what my options are. When I've had this on a doll before, it was just with underwear, sort of a vaguely 80s aerobics kind of look. So I don't want to just do that again because I've done that before. I might end up doing it in the end if I can't think of anything else. It's a nice bright, going for the 80s vibe again. I'm just going short. I might go with shorts because that will be similar to the knickers look she had before. Maybe. I forgot about making these. I actually made these shorts for Rainbow High Body, so they don't exactly fit Barbie, but they're close. And just for general information, I don't know if you'll even ever see it at all, but I was airbrushing today and I have paint all over my hands. Dark green paint. It looks like they're filthy, but they're not. It's just paint that I haven't used harsh chemicals to get off yet. Well, hopefully I won't have to use harsh chemicals at all. I don't know, that seems a little bland. I don't know if I'm going to play up the 80s-ness. I mean, that's kind of how I remember the 80s. And see, I need to keep the patter up because you're playing this video to have company. Really, I'm just trying to think of how I want to complement this sweater. I feel like that would need a skirt over it too. I don't know. I also don't want to spend, 20 minutes on each doll. If I start to spend too long, it's a little late. It's a school night. If I take too much time, I'll have to stop anyway. I'm going to go ahead and go with this. You know, sometimes I try to pick things that are not what my brain says is perfect, because I feel like if I only ever go with what my brain says is perfect, then things might end up looking a little bland overall. I don't know if that's a good philosophy or not, but I think about it sometimes. Now she needs shoes. Something pink, something purple, something a completely different color. I actually don't have that many purple doll shoes. Let's see, do I have this color, pink, that I would be willing to use? I don't know. I think I've ordered in something rather not me for the pants, so I feel like I want to stay very me for the rest. But I know these are technically curvy shoes, but you don't find many curvies with heeled feet. I mean, other than made to move. I don't know, I feel like those chunky shoes kind of bring it back to the 90s-ness of the actual doll, which nothing else is doing, so. Yeah, I don't have a lot of options in purple. Definitely not that match the purple that we're actually using. Lots of pale purples. Lots of warm purples. Flat foot purples. Contrasting color option. And we're going to go with, yeah, I don't know. I like how this, alright, had a moment, do you think I'm going with the chunky pink shoes because I like them better. This foot size is not quite the same as a modern doll foot size anyway, so things feel weird. I don't seem to have any of those purple spiral coils that I cut apart to make bracelets. I mean, I have them, they're just being used. These are sized for vintage bodies, so I have very little opportunity to use them. I can't remember if I have a purple purse. Or you can go emphasizing the black and white. There's another piece from the late 90s, I like the doll head. black and white repeated somewhere else. Oh, you know what I might be able to do about that. We get to the stickers. So we have a whole panda, a part panda, cat, penguins. We're going to do the whole panda. Alright, that's a very comfy looking Barbie. I'm not super enthused by the pants still, but I don't want this to take quite as much forever as it usually does. And also, she's a fashion doll. I can change her clothes later. Alright. The next doll is not in any way from the Hello Doll Stuff box. I had a doll head that I wanted to put on a body. I didn't have a body that matched the head and skin tone, so I started mixing up some paint to match the head. I was getting close and then I grabbed the wrong kind of paint and added it and had to toss it out and start over again. I'm a little irritated by that. And I was mixing the paint again, and then I realized that actually I did have a body with a head on it I didn't like so much that I could give over to this better head. And that one has been dressed and waiting for a photo for a while. But then I had the paint that I'd mixed, and I went through my spare heads to see if I had any heads that matched that paint tone. And then I airbrushed a body, mostly. It turns out I didn't quite mix enough paint, and some areas of paint on the body are kind of thin, but anyway, she's ready to be dressed. It's this hip to be square Asha head. Actually, it's hip to be square Barbie with the Asha head sculpt, and I just curled her hair fairly recently too, and I keep finding flat ends that need to be cut out. Try to just work that in right now. Trim it later. Anyway, so she needs clothes. I won't show the parts that where the paint is a little thin that even will be exposed in the end. I mean, some areas like these in the hips, definitely the paint did not get enough coverage there, but you generally won't see those when she's dressed. So I have no idea what she's going to wear. I did go over her lips to make them a little bit pinker because this doll originally had a very orange color scheme. And yeah, I knew I wasn't going to find anything for her in orange. That's why the head was in the head box for such a long time also, because the orange just wasn't speaking to me. Again, like the yellow, no problem with orange. It's just a color I have decided not to incorporate into my aesthetic outside of Halloween. So I keep finding parts of her hair that I haven't teased apart enough and flat and not perfect. So yeah, I definitely want to give her hosiery of some sort to protect her feet from the shoes so the paint won't stick to them. And I have no idea what she's going to wear. A lot of times when I have a doll with a painted body, the first time I dress the doll, I will dress them in things that kind of show off the body paint. But in this case, I just told you that it's painted. You've seen the unclothed doll here. The paint's fairly even as far as you can tell. So I should just dress her like a normal doll. Also, when I first start dressing a painted doll, I'm so worried about scraping the paint off. But it's generally more durable than I expected. I used a different sealer than I have in the past. So, yeah, I can dress her in anything. Just don't know what. I've also been looking at scans of Japanese doll sewing books, like Dolly Bird and Dolly Dolly. And I feel like my doll clothes sewing over the years, I could ramp my sewing game up. I just have not felt like sewing doll clothes a lot recently. So I'm using what I have. And I know technically I can take her hands out because these are not the original hands for this body. This is a modified gymnast Barbie body with a belly button Barbie torso, high heel feet, and I cut the hands off of the arms and drilled them out and put in Barbie hands from, I don't think these are from Made to Move hands. I think these are hands from the older articulated fashionistas. So I can very much take these hands out. I just don't want to because I don't want to be rubbing the paint that much as it would take to grip to pull it out. See, I was thinking I wanted to wear something with a lot of lace on it because I've been looking at those Japanese doll sewing books, and the stuff I have with lace on it is not really in that same spirit. Although, in terms of lace, flat out lace, I do have this. Although it's not really matching her lipstick. I also broke a nail the other day in such a way that I still have a ragged part, and it likes to catch on mitts every once in a while, which is a little annoying. Don't think I have. Oh, well. Not what I was thinking of. I do want to use this. She just needs something under it. I guess I could use it. I don't know if this will fit. Actually, this is off of a petite body. I probably should put it in the small doll clothing bag. I'm not sure if I want to have these plastic straps in contact with her painted body for a long time. You might get the impression that I'm a little worried about paint sticking to soft plastics. I finally followed Doll Junk's advice and put super glue at the top of the neck before putting the head on. So hopefully that will form a barrier to keep the inside of the neck opening from sticking to the paint on the neck and lifting it off when the head gets moved, which is something that I've had happen many times with dolls I've painted. Keep getting caught. Wrong pink. Alright, I have a dress in mind and I keep getting distracted while I'm digging for it. And that's not the dress, it's just an optional backup. I don't think that will work. Not what I was thinking of, but it does match her wood color fairly well. Same with that. No. Also not the lace dress I was thinking of. Could work. Come on, where is that dress? Oh. Also not what I was thinking of, but could work if I can't find what I am thinking of. Come on, simple blue wrestler doll dress. I think you're available. You might not be, you might be being worn by someone. It's just looking more like it. Okay, then that will work. Make sure I'm not missing it. And these are stacks of things I picked up. Whoop, okay. Someone must be wearing it. Alright, so I could do that. I could get my cracked fingernail caught on more things. Alright, I'm gonna try this. Although she does need hosiery. Or I might just go silly. Instead of lacy. I don't know, she needs hosiery. She needs something on her legs to protect her legs from the paint and from clacking into each other. Alright, put those aside. See what hosiery options she has. And I'm not going to try to dress this entire stack of dolls tonight. I know better than to do that. The idea of touching these with this ragged fingernail is going to be a disaster. Alright, we're going to try purple sparkly. I don't have the Hello Kitty. It's like if I use that with the Hello Kitty, I want to put other colors on. And maybe I'll do that. This. because I don't need shoes. Trying to dress the dolls fast might result in different style outfits than I usually do. And I am not being bold while trying to pull this on because I don't want my fingernail to get caught in it again. Bad for the dress. Bad for my fingernail. Trying to get it so the stripes are evenly spaced so it's not stretched out weirdly. Fingers through the lace without getting caught in the lace. Without my finger getting caught on it either. I don't know, is that fun? It would maybe depend on shoes. Try not to second guess myself. Trying to go kind of quick. Trying to go with it. Trying to remind myself that I can change the clothes later. I think the Hit Chippy Square dolls originally wore shoes like that. Alright, do I have gray? I don't think I have gray boots. Actually, I don't think I have white boots either. No, I do have white with gray details. Well, not exactly boots. And I can't really flip her leg out at the knees because this body has hinges only at the knee. And it's kind of silly. I think the accessories might be what makes this. I'm hoping. If I had these in actual gray silver boots in Barbie size, I think those would work, but those are regular size. I can put them on a Barbie foot, but they won't look good on a Barbie foot. Alright, so who we have for options here? Let's see, you could have gray bracelets that I feel comfortable leaving on her. Just how many do I have? They're not actually bracelets, they're actually hair decorations. One rainbow high doll, or shadow high doll actually. But they fit Barbie wrists pretty well. And I feel like they're not going to be a danger to the paint. Just don't know how many I have available. I do have other small Barbie bracelets that are similar. I don't want to mix those in. long as I'm not scraping the paint, and potentially scraping the paint either. Alright, so I think she needs a necklace, and maybe a belt if we want to make it extra obnoxious. And again, for necklaces, I have to try to reach a medium. That's not going to be scraping, potentially scraping her paint. I have this from the Barbie department store in the early 80s, which has been mine since I got that for Christmas. In the early 80s, it actually fits the doll horribly. It doesn't have any apparent drape to it. Again, trying not to scrape paint. Okay, I like that one better because it doesn't hang over the dress. She does have pierced ears, but I don't think I have any long earrings that aren't rainbow high. I do have these. Again, I'm still kind of afraid of handling the painted body. These might not be Barbie earrings, they might be made for somebody with a larger earring hole. I know this head has been boiled to get the hair, to keep the curls, so the earring holes might have closed up some too since boiling vinyl. Boiling vinyl does kind of somewhat restore it to its original shape. So I do have, I don't know if I need to. Pratt's earrings that I put onto eye pins. And they are mauve and two stripes. I'm just not sure how well they will actually stay in. These earring holes, since they are a little bit larger than just pinholes, eye pin. No, where's the other one? My earring organization isn't great. It's fine. All right, I think I just need something purple somewhere to pick up her tights. But what? I mean, I guess I could just shove some. Oh, that's the wrong kind of purple. was so 90s. I don't think I have a lot of options when it comes to purple, which is just how things kind of work in general. Maybe I can swap her necklace. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Try to take it off without scraping the neck. Put this purple necklace on instead. I don't know if it's obvious that it's harkening back to her tights, but that's what we're gonna go with. Alright, how long has this been? This has been 43 minutes. Alright, so I think I will do one more doll. Do another Mattel product, or do I want to do something different? I will do something different. Okay, so this is the Kern body that I got from Hello Doll Stuff, with a Kern head that I already had that was on a newer articulated Kern body, which I don't like those bodies as much. They're kind of like aspects of them are very obviously Momoko knockoffs, and Momoko doesn't have the best body. So even though that body has more robust joints and plastic seems less likely to fall apart and has double hinged knees with rotation joints, it's just, I prefer the Kern body for the Kern head. And this doll's hair was originally up in a very elaborate bun hairstyle, and I took it down. One, it was much longer than I expected, and two, it has these short weird sections on the side, and they kind of blend in for now, but this doll is probably destined for a reroute someday. Who knows when? She's fine for now. So she has a smaller body. I don't know if she's really small enough to go with a lot of my smaller doll clothes. I have not dressed Kern bodies for a while. We could just go with the generic vegetable dress. If it fits. Kern is like Momoko and Vintage Francie. She is just a touch larger than Blythe, which this dress was made for Blythe size. And I call it a veggie dress because it does have vegetables in it. This, I walked into a thrift store once and there was a stack of hand-cut squares of cotton, obviously meant for quilts, and there were probably like 200 some pieces and very few repeated fabrics. And even though they were like 4 or 4.5 inches square, I spent a lot of happy time figuring out how to make dresses by combining them, and that's what this is from. Not that you needed to know the history of this dress, it's just why I have a dress of vegetables on it, because happenstance gave me the vegetables. You know, like good lemons make lemonade, that kind of thing. Anyway, so actually, yeah, I like that, but I want to make it extra wild, so I'm going for socks. I do have a few pairs of actual Kern shoes, but I don't know if she'll be wearing them. Let's see, what these weird zombie knit fabric tights I made. This fabric came from Joann years ago from their Halloween section, and it actually was called Zombie Knit. It's combinations of opaque and sheer. It kind of looks, you know, vaguely like it's ripped, except it was all double knit, so it's extremely regular when it comes to repeating. But on small doll scale, it's not really obvious. I just don't know how that's gonna overall read. The colors work. It just is a little too asymmetrical for this. I mean, I don't know if I'll ever find a situation where I feel like those are the tights. I made these so long ago. They don't seem to go into curves. Like, that's weird. What's happening? I suspect there's a loose thread in there that your foot's getting caught on. Also, I don't want to use that one finger because of the cracked fingernail. Yeah, there's something caught inside pulling me down because I can see inside how weird it's going. Maybe I had this on a doll with smaller, maybe that's what it was. Maybe I had this on a doll with shorter legs and folded it down so it would fit. I forgot that I'd had it folded down. I also, I cut my fingernails after I cracked that one. Yeah, that's something about her leg. It's not working with this. I'll try the other leg. Yeah, it goes on fine on that side. Is that a look I want? Not sure about that. Sorry, I'm not talking because I'm so vexed. Because it seems like this leg is doing it too. What if I turned it inside out? That's probably part of it. Going on in there. Alright, I feel like after all that work, she has to wear these. Get the tops of them even. 2000s. I mean, I don't know if it really is, but it's just because I made these in like 2006 or 7. So I'm always going to think about that era. Like I said, I do have Kern shoes, but if she can find something, if I can find something else, I don't feel like Kern look is quite right. So the Kern shoes I have, I think someone's wearing the tennis shoes, and then the other ones are little low heels, which might fit over these. Yes, the guy across the road, I don't know if you can hear him trying to back up his driveway, and also his vehicle has a backup beeper, so that's fun. These are Disney witch dolls. They're a little large. Maybe. What do I have in black shoe options for a lower? Can she wear a teen skipper size later? Alright. Is there a skateboard? Alright. Of course, maybe I will give her Creative World shoes. She does have a slight heel, though, with Creative World really. Some work with, some do not. These are more Disney witch shoes, like the red ones I tried on her. Not quite. Alright, just to get it out of the way, I'm going to get one of the pairs of Kern shoes. Oh, I forgot about the other. Okay, I have several pairs of Kern shoes, and those won't work. And the others are like more like slippers and slides, so they definitely won't work. Alright, what do we got in here? Alright, that's actually something silly I did, and I've been looking for someone to wear it for a while. I think I'll go with this. So the DC Superhero Girls Catwoman had these little black boots that were like about knee-high. But she had these odd little curvy legs that most other dolls don't have. So I cut the boots down to be shorter. And this is actually the first doll I found who wears them nicely. So that's what she's going to wear. And I want her to wear a cardigan of some sort, maybe. I mean, I could go for another thing that Queen of Squids crocheted, which I did leave in the original yellow. I'm not a complete monster. That could work. Or you go full harvest. Which I was thinking I have one, actually multiples, in more variegated harvest colors. I actually need to make another bag for the cardigans and sweaters, and I think I'm going to separate out the actual knit stuff from the sewn stuff. Green could be nice, but I'm thinking of don't think of imagining a sweater with variegated browns. Maybe I'm thinking of that one. I mean, it could also be a sweater that exists, but someone isn't wearing it. Oh, no, there it is. Okay, so I have options. Yeah, no, this bag that has the sweaters and jackets in it is full and overflowing, and I really should make a second one, like I said, to break out knits from wovens. This is not the one I was looking for, but it could work. This is the one I was looking for, and yeah, I think it is going to be the best. So let's see, can I get her hand scissors out? The socks. Because she does have separated fingers, but not super splayed separated fingers. Alright, one hand successful. The other hand successful. Although the jacket does emphasize the oranges, while the socks emphasize the greens, reds, and blacks, whites, and purples, which is every other color in this thing. You know what, I might go ultra. Basic. I'm pretty sure I just have the jacket and the cardigan in my hand that I'm thinking of. Yeah, there it is. This is knit, but it's a sewn knit. It's from One Modern Circle Melody. I believe it was originally tied around her waist, so I was like delighted to find out that it is a real full cardigan. But I can't really remember. Okay, yes, I like that. It is limiting the color palette slightly. Like I said, there's a lot of colors in this. I didn't want to bring the orange out when the orange wasn't in there. Alright, so possibly a scarf around her neck or possibly in her hair. There's a scarf bag. I don't get into my scarf bag very often. I was thinking of a scarf for her hair to kind of try to tie back those short bits on the side. I'm sure there are some people that my doll hair and cringe because I am not good at getting it smooth and ugly. Which, I mean, pretty much applies to my own hair too. Also, usually when I do to style doll's hair, I sit down and clamp it between my legs. So this is a weird angle. I'm not even sure if you can see what I'm doing, trying to do. didn't mean it to be asymmetrical like that. That behind the ear and one side and above the ear, in front of the ear and the other side, but it kind of works. So I don't think I'll give her a neck scarf because I feel like that'll be a little bit too busy, but she might get a necklace. So bracelets do that too. I don't know if we're gonna have a lot to work with. This can fit on her wrist safely. This was like a little earring I had as a kid that broke. And I've been putting it on doll wrists for decades. But at least I'm not terribly safely, kind of scrapes. It's kind of floral vegetable like dress. There actually are copper stripes. This is one with copper stripes. Now this might not be the one with copper stripes, but I don't know, I always felt like that necklace looked like a shirt collar. And as such, it annoys me that it's not lining up with the neckline. Another broken earring. That doesn't quite scream out for needing a necklace as much. Alright, I still took this necklace off the doll a while ago and didn't put it away properly, so let me do that. Alright, and even though I have more dolls, I'm going to stop this here before it gets too long. Pretty and Plaid Barbie, going for pink and stripes. Hip to be Square Christie, who's also ended up in pink and stripes. I very much did not plan that. And Kern, who has a little bit of stripes, was definitely ending up more of a fall harvest festival theme, which is where I want to be in life too. So I'm happy with this. Alright. Relatively quick, but not really. How long was that? And I know I had the time where I walked away to help my kid and I didn't turn the camera off. So that's going to be edited out. So this might not actually be a whole hour, but 3 dolls in an hour, I feel like that's about average for me. So I have more dolls to dress eventually, and by the time I get around to that, I might have more dolls. But for now, thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you had fun too.